It is Wednesday, and this particular Wednesday is a unique Wednesday because it is an extension of our Tuesday album tour. Now, this month has 5 Tuesdays, so for these 5 Tuesdays, we are going to be featuring 2 albums each Tuesday coming from my deep dive tour, like the artists whose catalog I said I would do the entirety of. Now, yesterday, we listened to Sufjan Stevens' All Delighted People, and They Might Be Giants' album, They Might Be Giants. And we just finished listening to Ween's album, God Ween's Satan. This is the first month I've ever taken the Tuesday album tour into Wednesdays. But this is, without question, a deep dive artist. Tool. We're getting back to Fear Inoculum. The whole reason we weren't able to get this album or the album God Ween Satan fitting into a Tuesday was because they're comically long albums at an hour and a half. That's like a double album by any standard, right? Ween with God Ween Satan, a very similar thing, because when you go to that album, you see it's an hour and 16 minutes, but totals out to 29 tracks. So we had to find a special way to plan this particular album just the same as the last one. In this case, I have my Tool journey has kind of been a unique one, if I'm just being honest with you guys. I started off listening to a live version of Sober. It didn't hit me, I think, in the way it should have. I had no concept of what I was getting into, and I think ignorance really scared me away. Also, misunderstanding. And I was in a pretty dark place in my life at that time anyways. Like, I'm sure you can watch that video and watch this one and see that that guy is different than this guy. Without that, though, I ended up listening to Anima because I spun it on a Tuesday, on a Community Music Monday, blew me away. We jumped immediately into Lateralis. I also heard Danny Carey's Pneuma live drums, and I mean, it kind of reaffirmed why I listened. I realized, I was definitely not giving them the credit that they deserved or a fair shake at all. So as I jumped back in, I really found a relatable character in Maynard. I really found they went way deeper than anything I had necessarily gotten out of just that initial creepy vibe. I mean, they really do write. I mean, it's conscientious metal, like I said, and honestly, it really speaks massive volumes into, I think, just the human experience, whether it's kind of funny, kind of hard, whether you're dealing with existential crises or religious turmoil. No matter what the case is, it's definitely a display of emotion and potentially some of the most psychedelic, truly psychedelic sounding music I have ever heard. As far as like all of the things they do, I don't think it a stretch of the imagination to say that these like guys are actual geniuses. You know what I mean? By the way, Judo, thank you for the gifted sub, homie. I didn't think I was going to like Tool. It was a tremendous decision to give him another shake, and since then, I have really found dudes I relate to. I really found. I was able to appreciate them because there's a lot that goes into what makes them unique and amazing. I mean, the big emotional things, the outbursts of that emotion, the control the musicians have. I mean, each of the musicians are pioneers at what it is they do, from the guitar to the bass to the drums to how Maynard arranges things, and their willingness to actually be raw and them like really put feelings out there into the music, singing about subject matter that is tough. I got a lot of respect for it. So, guys, I think it's time we hop in. This is a music discovery stream, so I do need to know, have you heard this album and this artist before, or are you raw dogging a very first listen with me? Guys, I'm going to hit the play button. Before I do, it's very important to me that you know that you are awesome, that you are valuable, that you are important, that you matter, that you are deserving of love, and that I am abundantly grateful for even a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button. It goes a long way to help me out. If you really like what you see, leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. Or join us on Kick or Twitch. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Arizona time. These people over here are the best people. Come hang out with us. Come discover music with us. I know I speak for all of us when I say we would love to have you by. Guys, I've had a lot of people telling me a lot of stuff about this. Pneuma is a song I come in with some familiarity, of course, just not the album context. August 30th of 2019, totaling 10 tracks at 1 hour and 28 minutes and 42 seconds. Without further ado, Tool, Fear Inoculum. Here we go. Opening up with the title track. I like the string work. How are they accomplishing these noises, these sounds in a live context? Are these guitar swells like in an EBO? Ooh. The atmosphere being presented here. Are those the tambala things? I feel like the guitar has to be some sort of combination of volume swell and EBO, but I could be wrong. Could I have a gear, a guitar gearhead, give me some insight? And yeah, so tablas. I said tambalas. Tablas. I'm stupid. Gosh. Blunder. It really builds up in it, like a presence. Ooh, bass coming in. Put it down. Dude, Maynard on like Danny on the drums, where you hear these random fills and like it really blows me away that he has just this free-flowing ability to kind of break up what he's doing and still sound like he never misses a beat. Like that, he adds so many parts as he goes. Immunity long overdue. Like, so this initial part makes me think like, okay, you finally gotten immune to the thing that made you sick, but now you're breathing out a contagion. And naively, you like opened up to somebody and you were kind of like super happy, but maybe spewing spewing your own toxicity. I don't know. It kind of opens up a little bit. Not pointed enough to know. bass. Ba-bow, ba-bow.
Deceiver says, he says, you belong to me. You don't want to breathe the light of the others. Fear the light, fear the breath, fear the others for eternity. But I hear them now, inhale the clarity, hear the venom in what you say, inoculated. Bless this immunity. Bless this immunity. Bless this immunity.
Gosh. The drum ending, like honestly, when they come in with that exhale, expel, recast my tale, weave my allegorical elegy, that moment is such a gnarly transition there. And then that drum run back into where we were. And then we're back. A total shift of time, a total shift of dynamics. Like, I think it's so cool that they don't force themselves to just do what music says, like what common ideas of music. Nothing about them is normal. There is not a normal thing here. And it's intentional that way. I think it's designed to stick out like a blue tree in a green forest. When you hear these transitions, the timing is every place. They're writing music, they're creating sounds that has an incredibly difficult gateway to get into playing, right? Like, ask any drummer, you can't just jump in and play Danny Carey's parts. It's not easy to just go and tone grab to sound like either like a bass or the strings. Adam or Chris, am I saying that right? I think I'm saying that right. I forgive me if I'm wrong. I think I'm saying that right. But you can tell the amount of time that they put into it, like the amount of delays that they have spilling over and somehow meet up. The amount, like, honestly, they do not play. Like, if you mess up on the timing, a lot of these songs, like, I think you just kind of screw the whole entirety of the thing. It would sound really, really, really bad. Self-indulgent in the best way, only considering what they write and not what other people write. Yeah. 333 Chris, without friggin' question. Justin, thank you. And yeah, I think when you see the dynamics that they put into it, and like it's another, this is yet another example of an evolved tool where you kind of see the tones go into it, like the bass playing with a lot more of these delay moments, like the guitar sounds kind of having this actual bow-stringed instrument tone with the sustain and what I imagine is like volume swells and maybe an EBO or a compressor and a compressor. I'm not sure. But going into that part right there and transitioning into the next part, if people say Maynard's pretentious, it's because they have an expectation of him to be a way, and he isn't the way that they expect him to be. I mean, point blank, why should he act like, I don't think he owes anybody anything. The dude makes art. You know what I mean? Like, ain't that enough? But they make work that they should be proud of. And I don't think it's pretentious to be proud of your work. I don't know what it is he says to make him seem pretentious, but like, I would be proud if I were him. Delusion from Mania, kind of referring back to here. Ooh. This is Adam on guitar, right? Like transitioning us into the next part. Because he goes right into a different time signature. That's a head trip. Like, for him to just, everybody falls out and he starts playing in a different time signature than they just were. That's one of the most head trippy moments you can get. A very good example of a song, even though it's a completely different song. And I know a lot of you guys are going to hate this band for me saying it, but it adequately articulates my point. Where the Streets Have No Name starts off with that, you know, you know, you have that transition out of that intro part into another part. That's a head trip to play. If the guitar player does not do it in the right time when he goes from one time to the other with the rest of the band, everybody starts off on the wrong part. It's just not good. And so it is an incredible effort to nail the timing perfectly in transition moments like that, especially. So mega W's for Adam. They don't play to a click? Really? I guess you have to let the music breathe to be able to nail this, though. Even if it's not, like, beat perfect. I think it's because Danny Carey is moving enough for the rest of them. I'm gathering that, Cone. Coming from a background like I am, where playing with the click is all I've ever really known in a recording context, I'm always really amazed to hear how good musicians can be to the point that it renders their metronome useless. Whoa. This is nuts. Do you think it's a comment saying like fear will either overtake you, or and become a contagious thing, or you will like grow immune to it and it will become a part of you? Or is it like, I'm trying to think about, like, it feels like they're very much commenting on maybe like the toxicity that comes from living a life in fear, right? Like, it's not beneficial. It's only going to get in one's way. It's going to cause people to act in ways that they don't need to, especially if that fear is, I don't know. I feel like he does. Fear will either conquer you or set you free. And that's the thing. If you allow yourself to just be poisoned with it, like you poison other people, I feel like there is an element of saying that within the song. But I also kind of think like fear inoculum, right? Like, are we inoculating other people with our own fear, or are we getting a fear, or are we getting cured of fear? And how does one get cured of fear? They face it. So is facing fear the inoculum? Did I say that right? I hope. Unreal breakdown. Let me ask you guys this. When they play live, are they trying to recreate the song as it appears on the album, which would be, in fairness, a masterful... If they could do this live in front of your face, that'd be awesome. But do they try to go like note for note, or do they allow themselves like the ability to like do other stuff with their music? Because as complex as it is, I can't imagine it would be just easy to just pick a jam in the middle of this, right? Like, I can't imagine it'd be easy to do anything that wasn't rehearsed with this level of dynamic music. I could be wrong, though. So, again, please let me know what your insight is. If you've seen Tool live, are they like playing through an album that they're touring at the time? Are they playing multiple songs from, multiple album generations? I feel like a band like them would really suffer a lot of scrutiny from the art, from like the music dorks of their community being like, oh, they messed up that live show because they didn't play the triplet right. Like, I absolutely feel like that could happen. They have done extended versions of their older songs, but they typically play it pretty close to how it was recorded. Okay, got it. Thank you. It seems like they would have to, unless they practiced an addition with intention. And going into Pneuma, this is one of the songs I came preloaded with. Crapola. It is 11 minutes and 53 seconds. So, okay. Because of Twitch, I got to run an ad. Otherwise, we're going to get yeeted in the middle of this and people are going to not be able to watch it in the middle. So give me a few and we come back to the song I do know from the album, just not from the album, if that makes any sense at all. Be right back. You know, an interesting anecdotal experience. When I first listened to Tool, my reaction to the sober video made a lot of dudes angry. And I mean, they felt like I definitely didn't give it a fair shake. Perhaps I didn't, but they were very quick to make sure they let me know not to ever listen to Tool again. You know, the channel was much smaller. I was a much worse, a much more inexperienced creator at the time, and admittedly, my life was just in shambles. And it hit me in a time when I was just inebriated and creeped out. I didn't understand that he was, you know, he was being performative. It just seemed creepy. I had no context. If that is your first real impression of Tool, you got no clue what anything is. It is hard. You know, I'm not predisposed to music like that growing up in an intensely religious household where I wasn't allowed to listen to secular music. So it definitely hit me in a place where I just wasn't ready, and I didn't have a lot of other albums under my belt that would, you know, kind of serve as stepping stones for me to be able to appreciate this. Music discovery 100% opened up the door for me to be able to enjoy Tool, because I found things I enjoyed that were adjacent to, but not necessarily as big as that. And again, once I got into the lyrical component behind Tool, I couldn't ignore that it very much felt like Maynard and I came from similar beginnings. And I think when you run into a person that you can identify as a kindred spirit, you know, regardless of what people would say, like, I found a kindred spirit in the lyrics. Like, I found a dude that maybe felt like he understood what it would have been like to live my experience as a kid within those words. And to me, that meant more than anything. It completely overrode that moment of creepiness and made me realize, like, wow, there's a whole massive amount of genius here that I've ignored. So yeah, hopping back in, Pneuma. I'm actually really excited to hear the album context because I've only ever seen that video about 1,000,000 times. I've shown that to so many people, and it blew their dicks off just like mine. Oh, dude, I watch that video a couple of times a month. It sounds like the live show. I don't know what BTBAM is, but I keep seeing people say that acronym. What is it? I already know I love this song. I'm not going to wait to hit heart. Am I the only one who finds a little bit of an appeal to the live setting just because you know it's live? Like, you can hear the room, you know, you can see the man's muscles as he flies around, like complete with Celtics jersey and wrestling shoes. Like, there is something about the live sound to it that is just immediately kind of more appealing. But I'm blown away at how accurate he played this. Such a bass tone. Nope. Too early. See, I could never be Danny. Also, this just occurred to me. I finally get the lyrics. I've listened to this song at least 100 times since I did the reaction to Pneuma, but I never listened to the lyrics. I just kept watching Danny like.
We go around, a 1 foot nailed down, about to reach out and beyond this flesh.
Yes, Peur, exactly.
Become Pneuma. We are a will and wonder about you. Recall, remember, one breath, one word, one spark, sun becoming.
Here it comes, guys. And then we're back. Unreal. It doesn't matter if it's on the album or the live sound, or the album, the album or the live show. These moments just hit with such punch to them. And again, having the actual lyrics, we are bound, we are spirit bound to this flesh. We go around 1 foot nailed down, but bound to reach out beyond this flesh, become Pneuma. Like, it does feel like, again, you kind of walk into the wrestling with, or commenting, maybe not wrestling at this point in his life, but commenting on, like, the soul, like the religious existential question, you know? Does one of the other musicians do background vocals for him? It's incredible how patient he seems on the drums because really he holds such a steady rhythm with one set of limbs while like flying all over the friggin' place with another, all at the same time. It feels like he really is drumming in multiple time signatures. I see what you did there. The fact that he does all of these sitting down at a drum set in a live context is actually mind-boggling. Going into this, this is mind-blowingly close to the live performance. Four on the floor. Almost feels like it has like a tribal shamanic kind of sound. Like some of these sounds do kind of remind me of like getting teleported from the room you're in, like as the jesters escort you into the next room and you forget who you are. It's like not all of them, but it does kind of sound like the theme songs or the entry music to the Gateway, if that makes any... If you know, you know. I love this tone so much. It is a much cleaner mix in the album. And we're back. Buddy, the technicalities that go into this song I can understand if somebody doesn't like it because of the collection of sound textures that it utilizes, but there isn't a single person that can tell me that this isn't actually geniusly pieced together and woven together music by virtuosic performers. There's no way any regular hack could do this. You know? The skill level requirement to even begin to practice trying to do this is you're already a black belt, you know? Like you're already considered a master yourself before you even begin to try to make music like this on your own. And not only that, but you got to find 4 other masters to work with. Like, you got to be backed up by a cast that can back you up. So it's, when you're looking at harmony or rhythm in particular, when you're looking at the way things, move, the way it ebbs and flows, like the ambience, then the conscientiousness behind the lyricism. I mean, again, I've said it before, but they're like conscientious metal. Like, they get it. There's just a lot to it. I feel like there's no way you hear this and like, you can't say at bare minimum, this is not. No, you can't say this is easy to do. You can, if I feel like there is an amount where, to somebody who doesn't know a lot of math, all math classes are just called math. But somebody who knows a lot of math knows the difference between math that's just called math and math that's calculus. And I think that maybe a lot of the reason people don't find an appreciation, other than that they just didn't give it an earnest shake because it's made up of sound textures that bother people, is, maybe there is like a level of ignorance. Now, again, and I'm not saying everybody is, because plenty of informed people dislike Tool, but I do think you have to acknowledge the virtuosic nature of their musicianship. Yeah, again, taste is one thing. What's up, Alamasac? Here it comes! Unbelievable song. I mean, in reality, though, I think the reason Rush and Tool get pegged together is because genuinely Danny Carey and Neil Peart are like bodhisattva level drummers, They're dudes that never stopped learning in their craft, that I guess continue to, like Neil would go and take drum lessons in his old age and completely change up the way he played, and he never saw his craft as something he mastered. He was always aiming to learn and incorporate new things. And I feel like the same can be said about Danny Carey, again, both guys are one of them, rest in peace. But both guys were like bodhisattva level, guru level dudes when it came to their instrument. If this is Afro Samurai, both guys wore headbands, at different times in their life. So I really think that there is a spiritual successorship from one to the other in some ways that people kind of put in place. I also think that they're incredibly different bands, but yeah, I think that they're potentially birds of the feather. I have not listened to Turkish rock music. I am not opposed, just hadn't gotten there yet. Haven't visited Turkey in the journey. Rivers Cuomo made me want the glasses I wear. So this is Litanie, contre Peur. I like most Weezer. It's not bad. This, any song under 10 minutes is interlude. Thank you. This is a pause for conversation as I let it play through. Admittedly, right now, so far, I definitely think I liked Pneuma better than I liked Fear Inoculum, but there's just not neither of them missed. Anybody remember the Bebot app on the old iPhones? Like, we're talking like 10, 15 years ago. Anybody remember it? It kind of reminds me of that app. When they play the shows live, do you get the like the transitionary music pieces? Kind of taking us down into a descent there. They're a little different. Okay. Admittedly, this song reminded me a little bit of Blue Morpho by Giz. Kind of makes me wonder if they thought that too. Actually, timetables might not align for that to have worked out. Maybe just similar sound textures. Okay. Did you guys know today is the only... Wait. March 4th? Ah, did you guys know today is the only day of the year that is a command? March 4th. I see what you did there. W's for my wife who's tuning in from her work day. Being a responsible employee. I am just kidding. Love you. Do you ever think they get mad at themselves for writing such long parts that they have to memorize? Like, why did I write it this way? This tabla sound that they incorporate into this is just so nice. Love ya. Enjoy the rest of your work day. A polyrhythm right now?
Longing for another wind.
Is it? There's a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 polymeter.
Urgent to the fray, weapon out and belly in. A warrior struggling to remain consequential.
Polygon to Wonderland. Ah. Kind of an anticlimactic build drop there. Kind of psyched you out. Goes into that bass. Like they really edgelorded us there.
Beating chest and drums, beating giant bones again. Age-old battle mine, weapon out and belly in.
Oh, yeah. This is so nice. I love this guitar run, this little riff. I feel like this song is about submitting to defeat or just tough times that are inevitable, recognizing nobody's truly invincible in any way. You know, there's no doubt. I do get that kind of vibe. You know, I feel like sometimes life is just going to throw ones at your chin, and sometimes your duty is to take it to the chin but not go down. You know, it might be like you're taking a punch from Hall of Famer Mike Ditka, but you cannot go down. And I feel like there is a little bit of this that kind of is like you have to embrace the suck of the hard parts. You know, you have to be able to like take it and move like forward. Like, and I think even, you know, I think Maynard probably also grew up with this. It's a... You know, I learned this in church to like I was supposed to consider it pure joy whenever I faced trials because, you know, enduring trials built perseverance, which helped us get to our ultimate purpose, right? I'm paraphrasing. But I feel like Maynard probably grew up with the same scriptural background that I did. And it makes me feel like he kind of sees it that way. Like it's a very stoic approach. Stoicism says something very, very, very similar. But basically, to look at trials and just accept that they are a part of life. They are neither bad or good. They just are. And they are tests for us to be able to develop as a person. So I feel like you definitely kind of see that written into his writing is like sometimes you just have to embrace the suck of life for it to get through. Love how spaced out this gets. And Phantom, welcome to the Rooskies, my friend. Rooskies, make our new friend feel at home.
Beating tired bones, tripping through remember when.
Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7?
Now the armor's wearing thin, heavy shield down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2. Yeah, so. Listen to the ride. Dude. Oh. They never do what you expect that they're gonna do. Every single time I go to do the part that I expect is gonna come next, it takes a different left turn. And that's one of my all-time favorite bits. I look like a total fool trying to air instrument to them, but man, it makes me happy. This guitar riff is so nice. I can't get past it. Oh. I feel this in my loins. This might be my favorite part of the album. The Fountain of Youth, Ponce de Leon. He was the guy that wanted to find the Fountain of Youth, right? This is a song of experiencing life, kind of realizing one's own maturing and one's own mortality at the same time. You know what I mean? Recognizing you weren't who you were, you're kind of a better version of yourself, but at the same time, you've lost so much of your youth, you know? Like I'll look at my teen siblings sometimes and like my little brother is in great shape, and I can remember being in good shape, and I look at him and I think, geez, give me some of your youth. You have so much of it. And in this, it kind of feels like maybe he is experiencing the experience of getting old, and acknowledging and recognizing his body's mortality, his battle of, the human conditions battle of ever losing one's youth. Like, by the time you realize you're losing it, it's gone. No, I'm excited about getting old. I don't think I've reached my final form yet. I'm working towards that. This guitar part is, bass part is so nice. Dude, this is so nice. Oh, man. And we're back. Hearing this explains a lot to me about how Cavs from Giz ended up. I really am seeing a lot of Cavs like doing his best to emulate Danny Carey. You know, it certainly kind of feels like he is like. I can absolutely see the Danny Carey DNA in Cavs' playing. I really think I'm sitting here, I was literally sitting here thinking about the fact that I think Danny Carey is actually maybe the best drummer in music right now at his old age. Again, I really think that guy is like guru level good. Like, if this is Afro Samurai, I think he wears one of the headbands. I don't know which one, but certainly one of them. And I think Cavs is absolutely doing what he can to butter his bread, learning the trick bag. I mean, if you listen to Infest the Rat's Nest, and if you listen to PDA, Petro Dragonic Apocalypse for sure, I think you'll see like there is absolutely an homage to Danny Carey in that work. I'm not saying that they're comparable drummers. I'm saying one loves the other and I love both. You're sharp as a breadstick. Buddy boy, they just come at you so hard. Like you really do get to fly in kind of like a cosmic psychedelic journey when you listen to them, and like you get hit with this conscientious, like really think about life in general, whether you're dealing with anger or sadness or happiness or just existential crisis or considering spiritualism. I mean, they really do touch on a lot of parts of life, like hardship, loss, like it. I'm really, really, really like addiction, like real stuff. The homies got to go outside, and I am just going to reset the ad clock. So BRB. All right, bringing it back. Let's get into Legion Inoculant. And to be correct, this is another one of those transition music instrumentals, right? Really doing some synth craze here on that low end. Dude. This is the kind of music that starts ego disillusion and ends in ego death. Yes, Descending is next. Would I die in the name of Wayne's pet youngin'? Who wouldn't? Why do you ask? Are you friends with Danny? Yeah, Dirtworm, pretty much. Dirtworm, I'm getting that you are one of those people that if you know, you know. Tell me without telling me, dang. I listened to Spangle one time while I was like 4 tabs in. I told myself I'd never do it again. I was frightened. I was also not in a good set. So maybe one had something to do with the other. This is Descending. My setting was fine, my set was not. What up, Banana Pancake? Happy to see you. Really building in with this ambience here. Do you think they really recorded the shore here, or do you think they're creating this folly with instrumentation? Ooh. What a bass sound. It's like a flanger, a phaser, and some a chorus? Oh, man. The way that you have the ever progressing layers, but then Maynard's vocal textures, the way he changes them as they go as you go throughout the song, where you go from this like heavily modulated, almost like like Led Zeppelin Physical Graffiti vocal modulating. Like it seems like maybe there's a little bit of a bit of that in there. Maybe like think In the Light, for example. The way you hear Robert Plant's vocal editing on In the Light kind of reminds me of something that like Maynard did a little bit earlier. Leslie rotating speaker. I would believe that, because you get Robert Plant with that. And if you feel, you know, that part where you've got that, like, that, I think it's probably the same thing going through a Leslie speaker. In the Light or is probably my favorite Zeppelin song. But I've also been very outspoken about how Physical Graffiti is my favorite Zeppelin album. There's a lot of really, really, really good Zeppelin songs. Like, let's be real about it. But I think In the Light would probably be my favorite. Hey, did you ever believe that I could leave you? Like that whole journey of a song is awesome. And it feels like there's a little bit of that DNA in this. It's one thing is building up as another one is fading out. You hear that?
Come
think it's important to say that, like, not all of the music that I'm hearing reminds me of Zeppelin, right? It's literally just little nuggets that feel like sometimes the editing, in the same way that little nuggets remind me of Neil's drumming, little nuggets remind me of like Plant's vocals, even though Plant and Maynard are tremendously different.
Suddenly, to the quicken, disillusion, pray we mitigate the ruin, calling all to warmth and order.
I think it's easy to be vibey with this kind of, because they're not always heavy and in your face, they really utilize their dynamic range. They can take things heavy and then just drop it to a sweet nothing, like they have the ability to manufacture immediately a new atmosphere and completely change the course of the song on a dime. Like, dynamics is an instrument with these guys, and it, like, it can float and kind of have like a floating on heavy water kind of vibe. It's a little turbulent, but it definitely has a balance to it. Like, it never feels like it goes entirely minor key, but it feels like it's kind of got this like almost heavy, tense, ethereal atmosphere to it. Like, I don't know. Dude's using a lot of SAT words. Sometimes the count makes my brain itchy. I'm guessing we're just here for a jam, huh? I think this just became my favorite part of the album. He's playing guitar harmonies with himself. Oh, bro. Returning to this bass moment, and we're building the atmosphere again to punch you in the face. No? We're not punching you in the face. We're just pan swelling. This little bit crushed drum sound too is also really nice, bombastic-y. None of this is doing what I'm expecting it to, and it's got me at the edge of my seat. I didn't see that coming. What's up, Brian from Maiden? Welcome to the Rooskies, homie. Rooskies make our new friend feel at home. He's not skipping that beat in this run. And now we're all over the place again. What's been your experience with Tool, Judo? Kind of building it up again? Malden. This might be my favorite Adam song. No pun intended. Feels like we're referencing another song here. It feels like we're kind of being self-referential back to Pneuma here. The Grudge is referenced. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Yeah, okay. What are you gonna do? You're not just... What's gonna happen? Crescendo in anticipation? Yo, what's up, Chess Marcos? Welcome to the Rooskies. Rooskies make our new friend feel at home. After looking at some reviews of the album, it would appear it's not regarded as one of their best work. As such, I think I would be doing Tool a disservice by not going back, hearing some of their older, well-rated work instead. Admittedly, I think... both... I mean, realistically, Anima and 10,000 Days are both just fantastic to me. It may not be for you. I mean, it's totally possible Tool just isn't for you. But I think each album represents something different, not necessarily something better. They each seem to represent a phase of both their musicianship and what they were going through in life at the time. Particularly Maynard, I'll say, for the lyrics. And I think each album, you see the musicians who are really great kind of evolve into do different things. I think Walt hates Lateralis confirmed. No, I certainly don't. In fact, I don't know if I like Lateralis better or worse than 10,000 Days. Like right now, I truly do debate which one I like better. I mean, it kind of depends on the day and what I'm going through. I think it's a little bit easier for me to listen to Lateralis because I don't want to cry from some of the heaviness that comes with 10,000 Days. But there is still an emotional element to both albums, you know? Culling Voices. Oh, Clarky wants in. Hang on. Hey, sweet prince. Okay, now let's do Culling Voices. I'm doing all of Tool's catalog. Do not sweat it. That's all of it's happening. They're a deep dive band. They made the list. I respected them enough to say I'm going to listen to all of their work. Here we are. Yo, comment putter. Thanks for gifting one to Kinsbane. I don't mind the journey. I haven't gotten to the point that I'm getting fatigued by the album.
Disembodied voices deep in mine, suspicious tendencies, conversation we've never had.
Wow. Yo, Hart, thank you for the Prime sub. Amazon only gives you one of those. You gave yours to me, homie. Thanks a ton. Disembodied voices deepen my suspicious tendencies. Conversations we've never heard. Imagined interplay. Psychopathy. Don't you dare point that at me. I'm trying to think of how I don't know if this is a narrative. Like, if we're talking to somebody or if we're talking to ourselves. Or if we're talking to somebody in our head that isn't ourselves. Hey, don't sweat it. I'm genuinely just happy you're here, part of the problem. Thank you again. Is that a bass guitar that I'm hearing unplugged, mic'd up, and I'm just hearing the pick attack on a dry bass, like with truly nothing to it? That's what my guess is that sound is. You know what I mean to say. That's one of Danny's drum pads? Got it. So this is being hit on a drum pad. Oh gosh, this is a head trip to listen to. And also, your Prime sub means you don't get stuck with ads anyways, so you're good.
Don't you dare point that at me.
I feel like this song has been a conversation with oneself imagined in a matter of speaking, like almost a conscientious awareness that you're talking to yourself. You know that you are fighting a battle with yourself. Like, you know that you shouldn't be fighting a battle with yourself. You know that you're maybe feeling a little bit crazy, or like not that you are, but like the experience of psychosis can be a scary one. And if you've ever had a bad trip, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And you can have this experience as a sober person who just kind of loses your way. Or you can drink yourself into those positions. You know what I mean? Like, psychosis can be a pretty tough thing. Anybody who has experienced it can tell you it's not for the faint of heart. And it feels like there is a moment where we are kind of pleading with what we recognize as reality to stay there and to not like lose our sense of self. It feels like this is an argument where we are telling ourselves not to point the psychopathy at ourselves. Like, it feels like it is an internal battle against psychosis, maybe. And do let me know if you completely disagree with that take, because I could be totally wrong. It's just my read. Psychosis is not the same thing as psychopathy. I'm stupid. I think maybe you understand what it is I mean to say. I'm not, I think I'm using a word. Well, I know I'm using a word that's wrong. I guess what I'm trying to say is like, well, hang on. Give me a sec. A personality disorder characterized by a lack of empathy, shallow emotions, manipulation, and antisocial behavior, often masked by superficial charm. It stems from a mix of genetic predispositions and environmental factors such as childhood neglect or abuse. Diagnosis is typically done by experts using the Hare psychopathy checklist revised. Okay. So in this case, maybe this is, I tell you, ignorance led me there. Forgive me. I'm silly. That's better. I think in this case, it's not that you're battling crazy. It's that you're battling an indifference towards life. You know? Having the information of what the word means there really, really, really does make a difference. But I think that there is maybe what I'm approaching is kind of getting at the same thing, but it is, that you don't want to have these feelings of apathy or kind of, antisocial behavior. You don't want to, you want to relate. And maybe you're in some ways kind of apathetic towards yourself as well. But you have the virtue of educating yourself about what those terms actually mean. Well, I mean, I've been very clear. Like, if I think if one deserves a beating, one takes it, right? If one is ignorant, one should admit to their ignorance and do one's best to correct it. If I don't know something, it's probably a good idea I learn it. I hate that I talked out of my ass there for a bit. Grasping at straws. Nah, I earned that one. I'm taking it to the chin. I think the more I've listened to Maynard and Tool's catalog in general, the more I kind of find that I think that he does have a mega element of performative nature to him, where he kind of embodies a character as he's singing. And I think that there is like obviously a very like in massively family excluded. Who is your favorite Walt of all time? Becker. Um, I feel like well, sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought because that was a good question. But in this context, I feel like I remember watching the Grateful Dead documentary Long Strange Trip, and Mickey Hart, they were, he was talking about all of, the different drum beats he brought kind of like from other different places in the world. And he was like, when people ask me what I do, I don't tell them I'm a musician. I tell them I'm in the transportation business. And a very classic, like silly Mickey Hart kind of moment. But this kind of feels like Danny Carey is not a drummer. He is in the transportation business. You know what I mean? Like the way he drums really does take you to a different place. And all of those different rhythms that he incorporates into what these guys do. Again, Danny Carey is not a drummer. He is in the transportation business. Takes you to a different place. Absolutely. The way that they allow their songs to completely decay is so special to me. Something else fades in. Okay. Checking the length of time. Yeah, if I go into I should be able to finish the entirety of the album if in the next, so I'm going to have to run the ad break here. But then we finish the album. So, running ad break, coming back to finish album. If you were wondering, currently my favorite song on this one is Descending. Fantastic. That's where I'm at. Recency bias has not thrown this above either Fear Inoculum, above 10,000 Days or Anima yet, or Lateralis. I think Lateralis is probably my standing favorite right now. All right, guys. What do you say we finish this here album up, shall we? It's time. Here we go. Chocolate Chip Trip. Okay. By the way, you probably guessed this about me, but I'm 100% a whole milk drinker. It's who I am. This is very DMT, guys. Oh my gosh. My brain is itchy. Brown. Yo, anonymous gifter. Thank you for gifting out a sub. Whoever you are, to Hazy Half Moon. The panning left to right. I'm flexing. I'm not even trying to. I was sitting here clenched. I'm sitting here in a full pucker. Vitor and the Snow Dog vibes meets the machine. The panning on the drums is unreal. Yeah, no, without question, this is Ween F Jam vibes meets Vitor and the Snow Dog as an instrumental, which I guess the F Jam is. Oh, really? Oh! My God! Gong! It's a total gong show! Affectionate. Golly goodness. Boar says to take a quick pause. We have the last two songs, I'm guessing. It's supposed to be Tempest, Seven Empest. I don't know. Tempest is what I'm guessing it's supposed to be. And then going into Mockingbeat. This is an immaculate album. Sorry, I got an alert. This is This is a fantastic album. I think I'm just kind of taken with the collection of dudes and what they are able to do as the four dudes. You know? I mean, so far through here, I'm hearing Tool things without question, but again, it's another evolved moment for them. And geez, I mean, this came like 13 years after 10,000 Days did. So like you really do see a crazy level of evolution. Like it seems like none of them ever stopped trying to fine tune their craft. And then every time they meet up, they've got like each of them a bag of tricks that they want to bring to the table. And then Maynard just kind of reflects on whatever it is he's feeling in life. and looks up his big boy SAT words and just goes ham. Man. So okay, guys, let's hop into, I guess, Tempest. I feel like I'm probably saying it wrong, right, but the 7 in front of it's clearly got me thrown off. They have a 7-point star logo. Got it. Immediately in love with this clean tone. This has been my favorite Adam album, without question. This song won the Grammy for Best Metal Performance. I'm sure they don't care. But they like the fans. There's a lot of personal and legal conflict between the band members for a while, which is why there was a big 13 gap. Really? What do you mean, legal? So, what are you talking? Like, can you give me some context on that? It seems like these guys have got to be like the thickest of thieves friends. Like, the way I interpret when I hear, like, it sounds to me like these guys have walked through mega real life together. So, like, because they, like, their subject matter is so deeply personal. So I didn't know if there was ever something that came out. That was not with the label. That was with the label, not with each other. Got it. Okay. I see. Like Alex Gray? Breakout meter there. Jeezy Pete, this is chugging.
Cover up your petulant stench and
bass is just really... You hear the pop on it. You can hear the pick. I think Tool is my favorite metal band. I think that happened today. The moments he comes in are so impactful. Man. So he improvised that part. Bro. I feel like this song goes on to directly inspire the song Dragon by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. It's more metal than folk pop. I don't understand that comment. Am I led to believe that you think that Dragon by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard is a folk pop song? Or am I missing something? think you're missing something. Somebody tell him. This is back to the composed part. Got it. Comment putter. If you actually thought that what I was talking about was Giz being, like, me referring to Giz, the folk pop band, I highly recommend that you go and listen to both Infest the Rat's Nest as well as Petro Dragonic Apocalypse. You're going to see that Giz has Tool in their DNA, and those are like ripping metal albums that are awesome. Those albums do not exist without Tool. I'm convinced. Some of Murder of the Universe, too. What Maynard can growl, can't he? Got it. Understood. The dynamics of the guitar work on this really do make it the MVP Adam song. It really does. I'm open to arguments for other really good Adam works, but this might be my favorite of his. Dude.
So
control your delusion. Insane and striking at random, victim of your certainty. And therefore, your doubts, not an option. Blameless, the tempest will be just that. I'm trying to piece together what I make of this, but it kind of feels like hell is coming. In a lot of it, I don't feel like he's addressing anybody other than himself. His writing seems deeply personal and written into the mirror. Like, I feel like I've commented before that he's very quick to point a finger at himself in his lyrics, like whenever he's writing. And it feels like there is, I think maybe he wrestles with life and success and like what the point of all of it is. Like, it seems like he clearly has this idea that like things don't matter, but he also still seems to be in an ever like maybe like a perpetual battle of self, you know? It seems like there's kind of like a pep talk, but almost in like a tough love to one's self kind of way. And it feels like it's kind of like telling yourself, like, endure, stay strong, stay mentally strong, you know, don't give in to your temptations. Don't blow up and become the storm. You know, if you recognize there is a calm before the storm, like, do something, you know? And sometimes you just have to let things be. Sometimes you just have to weather storms. Oh, and we're back to that. Oh, man. You know, I do think that there is an element to Maynard's writing where he's not necessarily worried about right or wrong or good or bad, so much as he is just worried about keeping himself mentally afloat and like maybe just kind of building his ship to weather whatever storm. I think maybe his writing has indicated that he's always seen the world as choppy waters, and your goal is to not sink. And your goal is also to not act like you're unaffected by the waters. Your goal is to just be afloat and weather whatever happens, whether it's a calm before a storm or just making it through another storm. The goal is to stay afloat. And it doesn't necessarily seem like he cares much about his success. It doesn't necessarily seem like he cares much about, the way people view him. It seems like he really does just make art because he needs to. And what you hear is him kind of reflecting on the world around him. Maybe not necessarily insinuating what people should feel. Maybe it's a comment on himself, and a lot of us that read the lyrics and hear the music relate to it. And so we feel kindred to him in the way he writes because it's broad enough that we can position ourselves into it in our own version of the abstract if we're willing to give it that chance. But it doesn't strike me that it strikes me that he doesn't want to be full of himself, and he recognizes that it's a potential for it to be. But it also strikes me that he does kind of battle with the ebb and flow of what success might be, what, his belief system might be, what the expectations of his fan of him are. It definitely, I think if I were him, having seen some of the things that people have commented about Tool and Maynard, I feel like I would be really uncomfortable if people deified me to the level that they do him. And I can only imagine that he is uncomfortable in that way, because if there is anything his writing has shown me, it's that he is as human as they come. He is actively wrestling with what it means to be human in any kind of circumstance. At least that's how it hits me. And this album, Fear Inoculum, it definitely feels as though it is a reflection of what, living in one's fear might be. I don't know if it was intended to have been a concept or, an entirely cohesive album, but it definitely seems to me like this was a reflection of oneself in life, kind of weathering storms. And I don't know, maybe I'm just seeing it that way because I'm in this place of adulthood, where I'm kind of learning how to navigate, what happens after you stop doing the things everybody tells you got to do until you're an adult. And then, moving into a new phase of my life, not necessarily knowing how to do it, but then not knowing how to find ways to be content and find ways to not be too discouraged by the world around me. Find a way to exist as the best version of myself as I could without the input of other people, finding a way to be authentically me. He's been notoriously reclusive throughout the years, but I think has been more publicly open more recently. Saw him on his 60th birthday tour, and he was a great performer on stage, both engaging and funny. He seems like he's funny, but it definitely seems like he's not really interested with his status as a celebrity. I kind of get a Neil Peart vibe from each of these guys in that they're 100% content to just be out of a spotlight. They want to play their music, do their jobs, and go on. I think Geddy and Neil and Alex were both more friendly, but it seems like they're not really taken with the frills of, of fame. I think that they really do see themselves as artists and just regular human beings that would like to be able to maintain a chunk of their anonymity and are appreciative that people like them and respect them, but want it done on their terms. And I really respect that. It doesn't feel like they're really digging. You know what I mean? So let's go into the closer of this one. We've got Mockingbeat. So far, for sure, though, Descending is taking this one for me. I do think Tempest was my favorite Adam song, period, though. I think that was his masterclass. What's up, Vale? We're kind of in an 8-bit outside. Okay, maybe 64-bit outside. Kind of feels a little tribally. It definitely feels like... I don't quite know what I make of this one. Yeah, like a 64-bit farm. A very interesting ending. Truthfully, I don't know that I would have been upset if it ended at Tempest. There are dozens of us. I am a fan of Tool. This was a great album. This wasn't my favorite one on a first listen, but this had some of my favorite parts. Like Pneuma really, I think, kind of hook, line, and sinkered me. I think that, again, Descending ended up being my favorite on the album. I think Tempest ended up being my favorite Adam song. It's just really, really, they considered the birds. They did. I went to a Tool concert once just to experience it since they are indeed getting old. What was your take on it? And have you been a Tool fan before that concert, Banana Pancake? If you didn't know, by the way, Banana Pancake is actually a really wonderful streamer. I've known her for years. She was one of the very first streamer friends I had. So definitely, if you like fun, filthy casual games, go hang out with her. She's cool. She's super cool. But I definitely, it's not my thing, but the concert was sick. Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Guys, I definitely am excited to kind of hop back in and continue on with the chronology. We still have to do Opiate and Undertow, and apparently we've got to do, they have a live album, I guess, that I might need to hop into that I'm not familiar with, but I'm absolutely 100% going to be continuing on my Tool journey. Guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for the positivity that you show both to me and to one another. Continue to be the best. And until I see you next, be introspective and consider the birds. Goodbye.